which is quite famous in our series, is rapid fire.
Gosh, that is a scary one. We're always, if you celebrate success, another like this.
If you could invite 3 people, dead or alive, to a dinner party, who would they be and why?
I'm a pretty shy guy, so
I will continue with my last segment, which is quite famous in our series, is rapid fire.
oh gosh, that is a scary one.
Yeah,
Rapid
so
fire.
where it helps the viewers to know more about you as a person and whoever role model you are. And I'm sure there's so many aspiring youngsters who are looking forward to know what makes you tickle.
I'm a pretty shy guy, so
So first question I want to ask you is, can you share the most offbeat advice you have ever followed that has impacted your entrepreneurial journey?
offbeat advice that you have followed which has impacted your entrepreneurial journey.
Yeah,
Don't run after money.
that's a good advice.
Don't run after money. Do good work and money will follow.
If you could have a conversation with any historical figure, who would it be and why?
Historical figures, there will be several. I mean, you would want to meet Mahatma Gandhi and really understand what was going on in his mind at the time that he was, doing all this thing. Did he think that, he would meet success? What was the thought behind, the entire non-violence movement, that was done at that time? Many times I think is that it takes a lot of courage to be able to stand up, to that and to be thinking through that positively to emerge as a victorious person. I would absolutely love to have that, discussion. What was going on, when he was taking these steps and movements and thoughts in his own personal mind.
Nice. What's your go-to productivity hack that keeps you on top of your game?
It's on every Sunday evening to prepare a don't do list.
Okay.
Many prepare a do list.
Yeah.
Don't do list. That is what you prepare. That this week I'm not going to do these things, which helps you improve the productivity.
Nice. And what's your guilty pleasure or favorite way to unwind after a hectic day?
Either it's kickboxing,
Nice. Okay.
or it's power yoga, or it's running. Something like that. I would do it.
Could you recall a specific book, podcast, or TED Talk that significantly impacted your perspective on business or life?
There is a book that Kishore Biani has written. Not many people would have read it. It is a very nice book. I think that's the only book that he's written in there. It is very meaningful. If somebody was to read it, I mean, he would have written it about 12, 13, 14 years ago, but a very meaningful book that he had written, and it did positively impact my thinking. The second is, Good to Great. I mean, it's a fantastic book that how do you, as good companies, make it into great companies? How do you make it into sustainable companies that go past, the entrepreneur's life in there? And how does it become an institution, which is a great institution, which really means that, good becomes the enemy of great. So I would say those will be the 2 books that I would really say have changed my thinking.
Nice. So if you could travel back in time and give your younger self a piece of advice, what it would be?
I think there will be 2 things that I would say is, one, celebrate success. I think for whatever reason, we guys don't celebrate success. And I think there's just an Indian philosophy that we don't celebrate success. We're always, if you celebrate success, another like that. We're like always very skeptical. And second is, don't take yourself too serious.
That's a good advice. Share a quirky or unexpected fact about yourself that people might not know.
A lot of people think is that I am sort of very energetic and very extrovert. I am absolutely an introvert by nature. And if you were to ever see me on the weekend, I am an absolute potato couch. I would just sit down and watch Netflix and do nothing else through the day. It doesn't matter. Okay. And the family knows that if the TV is up there, they can say whatever they can cross, and I will just continue to, look at the television. I can be very non-active.
That would be unexpected, truly. So if you could invite 3 people, dead or alive, to a dinner party, who would they be and why?
I mean, certainly Prime Minister Modi. Clearly the way that he's been leading it and the way that he's made positive change. I mean, he's someone that has made India very proud in the last 10 years. Second would be Elon Musk. The way he's changing the thought process, and certainly on the Twitter. It'll be interesting to have a conversation with him that what is going on in his mind today. What does he want to achieve in that, or does he have a game plan, or does he not have a game plan? I'm sure he has a game plan to do. And third, I'm a pretty big Bollywood buff, and so I would really want to have two guys that I can, and maybe I'm saying that because I've recently watched their film Alia Bhatt and Ranveer Singh. I mean, they're like fantastic, guys to have dinner with.
Nice. If in a parallel universe, if you weren't in real estate industry, what career might you be and why?
I think as I said, I would have been an accountant because that is what I studied professionally, or I would have been an insurance practitioner. And that is what I studied if I had not been in the real estate world.
So what's one thing on your professional bucket list that you are excited to accomplish in the near future?
I think it is really ANAROCK. I sort of live, breathe, eat, sleep ANAROCK. So it is ANAROCK, and to make sure that ANAROCK becomes a large institution where the developers willingly outsource their full sales team. To say it is such a credible platform that has been built. It is such a organization which lives up to its commitment that we have no hesitation in outsourcing the entire sales and marketing of our residential to ANAROCK. And second is to make sure that the teams within ANAROCK continue to remain very engaged, very happy, and sort of have a great time together.
And personally, I'm curious to know that ANAROCK has become such a huge brand, and you still are very active in making it grow, expand. What is your key mantra that keeps you motivated every day, even if you are facing some kind of challenge or failure?
I think, we're still in our infancy stage. We're still in the first few years of our growth. There is so much of distance to be, traversed. I mean, we're only 6% of the market. And there's 94% of the market still left. When you think like that, then you say there is a lot more journey yet to be covered. And, through the journey, you enjoy. As I said, it's not about reaching the destination quickly. It is about enjoying the journey, as we spoke. I would still want to go through the same journey that I went in because I've enjoyed every bit of that journey, and I want to continue to enjoy that journey as we continue to grow ANAROCK.
That's a true entrepreneur spirit. Last, I want to know, as an influential, figure in the real estate sector, how do you stay updated with the latest trends and innovation, especially technology, like the kind of vast knowledge you have? And it's very refreshing to see even everyone, especially in real estate domain, are getting involved when it comes to technology.
So, you meet people. I think I do very little thinking in, just in a room to myself. I want to meet up people. I want to discuss. I want to meet millennials, meet these youngsters who want to, bring a positive change in the world. And they are the ones who have the best ideas. In there is, and until you have that interaction and until you have that engagement with those guys, the mind doesn't really understand. The mind will do is what you are thinking that it'll do unless you really interact with the people. And that's when you have a debate, you rehearse, your mind opens up and you learn newer things.
Lastly, I want to know, what would be your advice to the young aspiring professionals who want to get into real estate market?
I think it's a great sector to do it. If you would put in all the assets of the world on one side of the balance sheet, the gold, diamond, mutual funds, fixed deposit, cash, everything on one side, and real estate on the other side, real estate is still more heavier. So it is a very big sector. It is great that this cleansing process has almost got completed on the sector, and it is now moving towards maturity. So this is a sector that one should look at it a lot more, I would say, aggressively, a lot more seriously to get in and make a professional career. This is a sector where, say, telecom or insurance or financial side may have been 20 or 30 years ago.
Yeah.
So in those sectors today, to make a name is very tough because they're so much more mature.
True.
Or you should have been in those sectors 20 or 30 years ago.
Yeah.
In this sector, it is just starting to really pick up and move towards the maturity. So I would say to the youngsters, it's a sector which is a large enough sector for you to consider it. And in India, we're just starting the journey.